And welcome to the DRL Winter Series main event, Charlotte 150. We have a little less than 20 minutes to go before we ended up going to qualifying. We're gonna get things set up here. Get ready to do this race. Riding along with Daniel Hallis. He's currently second on the leaderboard. Again, we will not be able to bring you the new graphics of the pit crews, as there is still a bug with iRacing that will not allow you to join as a spectator. Looks like everyone in this league is actually on my friends list, but they do not get the option to join as a spectator. Therefore, we do not get the pit crews. I'm sorry about that, but there's nothing I can do until iRacing updates everything. Again, we will be doing 150 miles here, 100 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway for our main event. And currently we have 29 drivers that are in the server, so we're looking for a pretty good race this evening. If you joined us our last race, we ran full A-split, green flag the whole way, and it was some really fun watching the racing on this track.
David,
here.
man, you here?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm broadcasting. What's up?
I apologize.
What's up?
You stole my number, man. I'm supposed to be the 23. Did it just assign you the 23?
Yeah. I don't know why it should have gave me the 96, and it will not let me join in as a spectator, so I'm sorry about that.
That's right. I guess I'll be running the 25 tonight.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, Ryan, and
No, you're good. Thanks for broadcasting, man. All I got to do was watch the first race, and it was a hell of a race. That was fun to watch, so doing a good job, man.
yeah, there's other people having problems with iRacing this evening too, not being able to get in.
Everybody was having issues with the download. I don't know, everything. Hope it'll all be ironed out by next week. It's just unfortunate. It kind of hurt some people this week.
Well, if you're wondering who's in the booth with me right now, this is Ryan Branch. He's one of the administrators here at DRL, and like I said, we're going through some technical issues with iRacing with the new build. But how you doing tonight, Ryan?
Fantastic, man. I wish I would have got to run in that A split, but it was nice to watch some great race and watch Anthony Burrows not be able to just dominate the track. And I think this race is going to be even better, man. We're at night now, and everybody gets a little more grip. There's a little less loose, and there's some changes people are getting used to. You know, 1 can of fuel versus 2, taking extra long in the pits. I don't know if you noticed some slow pit stops there on the last race, but it should be fun.
Yes, sir. We wouldn't have any haters now, would we?
What's that?
We wouldn't have no haters, as Enzo Amore says. Okay, well, let me get back to this. I want to do some rundown with the point standings and everything, so you can jump back up in another channel.
All right, buddy. We'll be going to qualifying in about 15. Good
Yes,
luck
sir.
in the broadcast tonight. We'll catch you. Hopefully, I'll see you at the end of the race.
Yeah, you will, most likely, and good luck tonight.
Thanks. See you.
Yeah, like I said, we are definitely experiencing some technical difficulties with the new build, so everything else seems to be working just fine as far as my broadcasting. The mic seems to be working and everything, so hopefully we'll get this race in and it'll stay clean and green, like it did for the A-split. We're just gonna hop around and take a look at some drivers riding around and get some information off of these drivers as soon as I can bring everything back up. Yeah. We're currently riding around with Zachary Smith. He's currently 19th overall, and he just lost it going through the grass. Let's see if we can't get some leaderboard drivers. Anthony Burrows, he doesn't seem to be on the track at all. There's Brady Briggs. He's currently in the 5th spot, and he was looking to try to get him a qualifying run, but too many drivers was coming. He'll probably start over and try her again. Like I said, we are definitely having some technical difficulties with the new build, so just be patient. We'll have everything worked out by next Tuesday for sure with the build. iRacing's pretty good about getting bugs fixed within a week, so we're going to take a small break, and then we're going to have our prayer and our national anthem, and we'll get back to get some qualifying in.
Hear that? That's the sound of technological advancement happening with each passing second and making you and all you stand for obsolete. HDR, or High Dynamic Range, is the latest and greatest of those advancements, and in a nutshell, it improves the contrast between light and dark, giving you a more accurate reproduction of colour. The technical definition for HDR panels demands a 4K resolution and a contrast ratio of 1000 nits at peak brightness and just 0.05 nits at black level. In case you're wondering, 1 nit is roughly equivalent to the light one candle gives off. But if you'll forgive us the excellent pun, it's not quite as black and white as all that. In a game like Monolith's Middle-earth Shadow of War, it's the difference between seeing the developer's true vision of Tolkien's land and a diluted version of it. Take Mount Doom, for example, an icon of the geography and a perfect demonstration of the game's dramatic visuals. An HDR-capable gaming PC offers more contrast between the glowing lava and the charred rock. In this fight at Golgoroth at the base of the mountain, Talion takes down some occupying orcs using Celebrimbor's bright blue wraith magic against a backdrop of billowing chimneys and lava lakes. HDR brings out the details in all these elements, producing brighter blues, making the explosions pop, and retaining the inky blacks of each shadow and dark cloud. It isn't only in extreme contrast situations that the benefits of an HDR gaming rig really shine through though. In this dark and gloomy interior, HDR is better able to articulate small differences in shades of a similar colour. So areas that might once have looked washed out in SDR appear atmospheric and immersive. So if you're wondering why HDR really matters in games, just remember Mount Doom and its lovely lava flow. From now until October 16th, when you buy select GeForce GTX 1080 Ti and GeForce GTX 1080 graphics cards, systems and laptops from a participating retailer, you can also bag a bundled copy of Middle-earth Shadow of War and enjoy the very best PC gaming experience.
Let us pray. Lord, I pray as I race today, keep me safe along the way. Not only me, but others too, as they perform the jobs they do. I know, God, that in a race, I, the driver, must set the pace. But in this race of life, I pray, help me, Lord, along the way. Although I know I am a sinner, help me to believe that with God, you're always a winner.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose red stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's breath blurred the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of death with victory and peace? May the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and these we are mine. In God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we're back with just a little over 6 minutes to go before qualifying. As of right now, our leaderboard is Kenneth Lehman, Daniel Hallis, Blake Griffith, Landon Lacey, Joe Burchett, Joe Burchett, Brady Briggs, Anthony Burrows, James Pandolf, Justin Rodden, Adam Chapman, Daniel Chumley, Jordan Gonzalez, Bradley Freeman, Tater Bowman, Mark Vega, David Wright, Robert Lorande, Richard Springer, Ryan Branch, Chris James, Zachary Smith, John Mullins, Bruce Pearson, Yevis St. Ange, I hope I pronounced that right, Corey Munnett, Cody Gatsicki, C.R. Reed, Charles Hemphill, Derek Pemberton, Abbas Laddick, James South, and Brandon Red rounds out your top 32 drivers. 32 drivers will be taking this field as of right now. Going to go ahead and get my sponsors in real quick and give them a thanks. I'd like to thank Oculus Rift for sponsoring this network. Don't just play a game, get in the game. And I'd like to thank NVIDIA. This broadcast is brought to you by NVIDIA. Get a nice graphics card, one of the top of the line. Get you a 1070 or 1080 today. And with that, we are here at the DRL Winter Series main event for the Charlotte 150. And it looks like we are running at 78 degrees for our track temperature, and it looks like air temperature is 76 degrees with 6-mile-an-hour winds out of the north, and we are mostly cloudy for this evening. That should give a lot of traction for these trucks here tonight. The A series was running at 112 track temperature, and the drivers were telling me that it was slick out there. So maybe with these cooler temperatures on the track, we'll get a little bit more grip, and the drivers will make it a good, fun race for us. I'd like to do a quick rundown while I can before we start qualifying. Our top 5 finishing in our main event at Iowa last week was Anthony Burrows, Blake Griffith, Ryan Hesgard, Brady Briggs, and Clay Phillips. And as of right now, our main point standings is Anthony Burrows, Blake Griffith, Ryan Hesgard, Bradley Briggs, and Clay Phillips. At Iowa, in our Split A division, the winner at Iowa was Daniel Hallis, Ryan Hesgard, Justin Rodden, Alex Tilley, Jordan Gonzalez. And in contention for our point standings in the A split is Brady Briggs, Daniel Hallis, Jordan Gonzalez, James Pandolf, and Alex Tilley. Now, we do not broadcast the B split, but the B split was won by Adam Chapman from TRN, and his co-sponsor Derek Pemberton finished second. Martin Wenzel finished third, C.R. Reed finished fourth, and Bradley Freeman finished fifth. And our top 3 in the point standings for the B split is Adam Chapman, Derek Pemberton, and C.R. Reed. So with that, we are set to go green here in a little less than 7 minutes, so we'll get some qualifying in. We'll watch a couple of drivers do some qualifying, and everybody's coming off a pit road right now. Now I've seen a little bit of network problems there for the 25, it looked like, or maybe it was the 31. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was the 31. But anyway, that'll all work itself out here later on. These drivers are really gentlemen when they run this league, and if they got some network issues, then they will drop to the back or let a driver go. They just don't want to be involved in an accident and be the cause of a wreck. Like I said, this is a gentleman's league. With this race here, we have changed things up a little bit for this evening. The drivers have now been limited to a 22-point incident for the race. After that, they will be disqualified and will not be able to continue in the race. So drivers are going to look really hard to get as little incidents as possible. Again, we have changed the 2 fast repairs down to 1 fast repair. That is in contention to try to cut back on the number of yellow flags that we had. We had a bunch of yellow flags last weekend, or last week I should say, on Tuesday, and it was just it was a good race, don't get me wrong, but it was just a little bit too many yellows. So the league administrators are doing what they can to bring these broadcasts and races to you with as much excitement as possible, and I'm doing everything I can to try and catch the replays and the wrecks and everything for you here at home. So it looks like we're getting ready to go qualifying, and let's see if we got anybody out on the track just yet. And nobody seems to be hitting the track just yet. I imagine that Anthony Burroughs is probably going to want to make up for his A race. He overshot his pit during the A race and really set his position back to about 8th position there in the race. I believe that's where he ended up finishing, was in 8th position, but don't quote me on that. And I'm just clicking and see if I can't find a driver on the track. Well, I think everybody's doing some quick changes with the brake bias and setting up what all can they change? They can change the brake bias and their steering ratio. So with that said, that's probably what they're doing. You know what? Because I joined as a racer, I am unable to bring us any track times or follow any drivers on the track. But as of right now, Kenneth Lehman is on your pole. His time is a 29.654, followed by Brady Briggs at a 29.6. James South just took the pole back over with a 29.624, and that was their first laps. Scroll down just a little bit and see Anthony Burroughs is going to take his time at getting out there on the track. Landon Lacey, he has put up a time at 29.61. He is now your leader, followed by James South and Joe Burchett. Jordan Gonzalez just popped his truck up into the 4th place position, and we got just a little under 2 minutes to go for these drivers to get their laps in. Now these drivers do have to compete and make at least one lap. When something's going on with Anthony Burroughs, as he was placed in 30th position, it looked like, and he has moved his truck up to the 16th position. I'm sure that's not where he wants to start this evening, but as of right now, he is currently in the 16th position. So we'll get all this sorted out here in just a second. But Landon Lacey, he's driving the Toyota Tundra this evening, and as of right now, we have 3 Toyotas in the first 3 positions, and in the next 4 is a Chevrolet, followed by a Toyota and then another Chevrolet. So I don't know if these Toyota trucks has got anything with a build advantage this evening, but they do seem to be fast this evening. Give me just a second. And as we're closing down with the last 43 seconds, we have all but 2 drivers making a lap and putting in a time. Now, these drivers are supposed to complete a lap, at least one lap for a time. They will be penalized after this race if they do not complete at least one lap, and usually that means a stop and go or a end of the longest line. So as of right now, we still have 1 driver failing to complete a lap. Now it could be due to him losing it 2 times, brushing the wall. Anything could have happened, But as long as they make an attempt to put up a lap, then they will not be penalized. So we do have, again, 32 drivers that will be taking this field. And we are gridding, so let's get our grid and see what we got. Starting on your pole would be Landon Lacey. Outside pole is James South. We got Joe Burchett and Jordan Gonzalez. Way to go, Jordan. Kenneth Lehman, Brady Briggs, Daniel Hallis, Derek Pemberton. Way to go, Derek. Chris James. Now, Chris James, he pulled off a little one in the Ace series. We thought he was going to pull the whole race off with saving fuel, but he ended up coming in 6th position, if I'm not mistaken. We got Adam Chapman. He's in your top 10 position. John Mullis, Blake Griffith, David Wright, Yavis St. Ang, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ryan Branch, Anthony Burrows did come into the 16th. Tater Bowman, Martin Wenzel, James Pandolf, Zachary Smith, Brandon Red, Mark Vega, Justin Rodden, Casey Drake, Bruce Pearson, Abbas Laddick, C.R. Reed, Cody Gatsky, Bradley Freeman, Corey Munnett, Daniel Chumley, Richard Springer, and Robert Laredo will round out your top 33 drivers that are taking this field here tonight. Again, we are at the Charlotte Winter Series main event, running 150 miles, a total of 100 laps here tonight. Let's see if we can't get this show on the road. There are some pretty trucks out here tonight. And I'm going to let it cycle through. Look at that 83 TRN truck driven by Adam Chapman. And it looks like his buddy Derek Pemberton is in front of him. So pace car lights are out and we are set to go green flag racing. I'm looking forward to this race as the pace car ducks in. Green is out and we are racing here at the Charlotte 150. And Landon Lacey seems to be getting a good run and being pushed by the 26 of Joe Burchett. And they come off down here into turn 2. And the 24 Landon Lacey looks to be out front as he comes down and makes the turn into turn 4. And the leader of your first lap is Landon Lacey, followed by Jordan Gonzalez and Joe Burchett, followed by Brady Briggs. And it looks like it's going to be a good race here tonight. Adam Chapman's made a move and he's moved up to the 9th place. Come back here a little, got a little bit of Blake Griffith running around here. He's got John Mullis behind him. Ryan Branch is supposed to be in the 23 truck. He is in the 25. Unfortunately, I took his number for the night. and he is followed closely by Anthony Burrows, who has already made up 3 positions. Chris James is on the move. He did a really, like I said, he did a really smart thing by staying out as long as he could in the first one. Kenneth Lehman, he's riding on the high side right in behind Brady Briggs. He's got Daniel Hallis is taking a look on the inside of Kenneth Lehman, and he's trying to make a look in on the inside of Brady Briggs at the same time. He's going to have to give that up. Brady Briggs drops down in front of him, and he's looking to take over that 4th spot. Landon Lacey is already out by almost a full 3/10 of a second. And I just lost my monitor. Give me just a second. Oh, you're kidding me. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm having some monitor issues. Try to get that fixed by next Tuesday. It just shuts off whenever it wants to. I think I got a bad monitor. But Landon Lacey is your leader, and Jordan Gonzalez has moved his way up into the 2nd position, and he's all over the back door of Landon Lacey. Got some good racing coming up here. And it looks like there's a big old pack back here around David Wright. And that's the 5 of Zachary Smith. He's looking on the inside of the 69 of Justin Rodden. Justin Rodden's in the 69, and it looked to me like he had just a little bit of network issue. And I'm glad he didn't decide to make that 3 wide and backed off right there, or that would have really been nasty. David Wright is the leader of that pack right now, and there's still some moving going on back here in the back. Let's see if I can't find out. We got James Pandolf, who just made a move on a truck for some reason that doesn't have a number on the side of it. But I'm going to assume that that was the 12 truck. Now you're going to have to do something about them numbers before the next race. There's some good racing going on back here. Riding along with Martin Wenzel. He's looking on the back door of Blake Griffith. Anthony Burrows is right there in that pack, and he's just riding right now and biding his time. Back up front, Jordan Gonzalez has slipped back to 3rd. He's taking a look on the inside of Joe Burchett. And they're coming down into turn 2. And Jordan just could not get it done that time round. And we do have a yellow. Let's see if I can't find it for you. And it looks to me like Bruce Pearson was involved in it, so let's see if we can't get that replay. Again, I have no idea who the driver is. It looks like the 12, but the numbers are so faint I can't tell. It looks to me like he got a little loose and come down on him. We'll take another look at it. Wow, them numbers are really gonna have to be fixed. You can't even see them. You got Tater Bowman back here in this, and yes, all three of them were took out. That's the 3 of Bruce Pearson, the 12 of Abbott Slack, and it looked like our own Tater Bowman got involved in that as well. And Mark Vega decided he was going to stay out and get them valuable points for leading the race. Everybody else decided they was coming down pit road to get them some tires and top off their fuel. Again, this is going to be a track position race. Track position is the key to this. Get out front with the best tires that you can get, and as little gas as possible. Lighten them trucks up, and you might stand a chance at winning this race. Jordan Gonzalez comes off pit road first, and he'll be in your second position, followed by Landon Lacey and Daniel Hallis. Derek Pemberton is in your top 5. Well, I hate to see that right off the get-go for Tater, but they do have one fast repair, and using it on lap 14, that's kind of got to hurt just a little bit. We'll just drop back here a little bit and find old Tater. See if he actually fixed his truck or not. And it looks to me like his truck's just fine, so he may have fixed it. Yeah, he may have went in and got him a fast repair. Well, the thing about it is it's a long race, and the pace lights are out, and for some reason I can't remember to cut off the green flag and go to yellow. So we'll try to pay attention to that a little bit more. I did it all last Tuesday, so try to pay attention a little bit better. They're coming off into turn 2. When they go down the back stretch here, they should be tightening up this field. And it looks like Mark Vega elected to take the outside for this restart. Don't know if I'd have pulled that move. I like to run in the bottom, at least for the first lap. It takes a little while to get your trucks up to speed, and he's going to elect to give Jordan Gonzalez the bottom. And the pace car is ducked in. And the green flag is out, and we are back green on lap 15. And Jordan Gonzalez gets a really good run going down into turn 1. And it looks to me like he's going to clear him. And these drivers are working door handle to door handle right now. We'll jump back here just a little bit, see if we can't get some more. Oh, that was a little bit loose there on the number 2 of Daniel Hallis. And Daniel's going to make it 3 wide right through the middle. And we have a wreck. Daniel got into the 26. The 26 got into the 7 of Bradley Briggs. And we'll take another look at that real quick. And yeah, he comes down just a little bit and the 26 comes up, and that makes a heck of a mess. Like I said, Daniel gets in the middle 3 wide. 26 looks like he just got turned up, and it makes a mess. There's all kinds of trucks going everywhere. Well, that brings out our caution. Second caution of the race. We're going to take a quick break while we can.
Shh. Hear that? That's the sound of technological advancement happening with each passing second and making you and all you stand for obsolete. HDR, or High Dynamic Range, is the latest and greatest of those advancements, and in a nutshell, it improves the contrast between light and dark, giving you a more accurate reproduction of colour. The technical definition for HDR panels demands a 4K resolution and a contrast ratio of 1000 nits at peak brightness and just 0.05 nits at black level. In case you were wondering, 1 nit is roughly equivalent to the light one candle gives off. But if you'll forgive us the excellent pun, it's not quite as black and white as all that. In a game like Monolith's Middle-earth Shadow of War, it's the difference between seeing the developer's true vision of Tolkien's land and a diluted version of it. Take Mount Doom, for example, an icon of the geography and a perfect demonstration of the game's dramatic visuals. An HDR-capable gaming PC offers more contrast between the glowing lava and the charred rock. In this fight at Gorgoroth at the base of the mountain, Talion takes down some occupying orcs using Celebrimbor's bright blue wraith magic against a backdrop of billowing chimneys and lava lakes. HDR brings out the details in all these elements, producing brighter blues, making the explosions pop, and retaining the inky blacks of each shadow and dark cloud. It isn't only in extreme contrast situations that the benefits of an HDR gaming rig really shine through though. In this dark and gloomy interior, HDR is better able to articulate small differences in shades of a similar colour. So areas that might once have looked washed out in SDR appear atmospheric and immersive. So if you're wondering why HDR really matters in games, just remember Mount Doom and its lovely lava flow. From now until October 16th, when you buy select GeForce GTX 1080 Ti and GeForce GTX 1080 graphics cards, systems and laptops from a participating retailer, you can also bag a bundled copy of Middle-earth Shadow of War and enjoy the very best PC gaming experience.
We're back. And it looks like I'm experiencing a little bit of network problems myself, as I just seen the pace car blink. Hopefully it'll clear up. Our top 5 is Jordan Gonzalez, Landon Lacey, Anthony Burrows has moved his way up into the top 3, Derek Timmerman's in 4, David Wright is 5th, Zachary Smith it says Zachary is now 5th, David Wright is 6th, Justin Rodden 7th, Yavis St. Ang is 8th, and Daniel Chumley rounds out, well, Jen Chumley's 9th, and Tater Bowman actually rounds out your top 10. pace lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is in, and the green flag is out. And it should be green. Jordan Gonzalez gets him a really good start. 24 of Landon Lacey is being pressured really bad by Anthony Burroughs. And it looks to me like we got a David Wright with some technical difficulties. No, it's not David. It's not exactly sure who that is back here. And we have another yellow. I don't know. We'll try to find it. Oh, it looks like 17 of Chris Hempfield. Let's see if we can't get back here. 17 is on the outside. And it looked to be like it was a little bit of a network issue. I know 83 Adam Chapman, he's got a little bit of network going on. And I'm going to say that's all net code. Because trucks are just going everywhere. Jordan Gonzalez is still your leader. And this is one of the things that we have to deal with tonight due to the new build. A lot of people are online right now and doing the rallies, racing, and sprint cars, and it's actually put a bog down on the servers. But and again, I was not able to join in as a spectator, so that actually hinders it because it thinks I'm racing and I'm not. So we'll get everything switched around and straightened out by next Tuesday. Hopefully it'll calm down. Anthony Burroughs has moved his way up into second place after that. We've had 3 yellows for 10 laps, 2 lead changes, so we're doing pretty good tonight. Again, pace car seems to be blinking in and out. I don't know if that's my connection or what. I seem to be having pretty good connection everywhere else. So Anthony Burroughs has made a move from 16th at the start of this race all the way up into second. The pace lights are out on the pace car, and we will be going green next time by. Jordan Gonzalez elects to take the inside and let Anthony have his favorite spot on the outside. David Wright has moved his way up into 4th, and Justin Rodden's moved his way up into 3rd. Kenneth Lehman, he's hanging back there in 7th position. Brady Briggs, he's in the top 11. Actually, he's 11th position. Adam Chapman, with all the damage he had a few minutes ago, he's actually made it back up into the 14th position. So hang in there, Adam. You'll get there. Can't see the pace car, but he's in. Jordan gets a good start, and we are green flag racing again. David Wright looks to the inside of Anthony Burrows. And it looks to me like he's going to be able to complete that pass. And now Anthony's taking a look on the inside of David Wright. Oh, and they almost touch. Anthony makes a good move, and he holds it down low. And the 69 of Justin Rodden's all over the back door of David Wright as they turn off down into turn 3. Come down through the dog leg. Jordan Gonzalez has got him a comfortable lead right now of almost 1 second. And we got a lap car. Everybody seems to be getting by it pretty good. Riding around with David Wright. I'm gonna jump back here in the back. See if I can't. Man, this connection really is bad tonight. And that's what I get for not being able to join in as a spectator or a broadcaster. We're gonna stick up front because it looks to me like that's where I can. We'll bring you the wrecks if we can get them, but it's just too many cars, trucks flying around. We got a truck way off. And Derek Pemberton is going to come back into track, and we have a yellow. See if I can't roll us back and get that replay. And there's no way of telling what's going on with all this. It looks like the 93 was involved, Daniel Chumley, and the 7 of Blake Griffith was involved in it as well. 26. Who's the 26? Joe Burchett. And the leaders are on pit road. The 64 of John Mullins missed his pit stall, had to back up. And again, I apologize for the connection. These drivers are running a really good race, and I'm really not sure if it's my end or if it was actually what's happening during the race. I could probably jump down in the channel and find out, but we'll let her ride for right now. Zachary Smith did decide to stay out, and he'll get him some bonus points, valuable ones. Tater Bowman, he's currently in your second position. Cody Gatsky's in third, Ryan Branch is fourth, and Daniel Hallis rounds out your top 5. But all those drivers just made a fool out of me, and they're coming in. The only driver that did not come in was Zachary Smith, and he is staying out for them valuable bonus points. Is that the 27? 42 of David Wright is moved up in behind Jordan Gonzalez. I'm assuming that the truck on the apron is going to the end of the longest line. So with that, we'll get back to it. Jordan Gonzalez has really been doing good here tonight. He's stayed up front. Now we're only 34 laps into this race, but he's still doing a really good job of staying up front. Brady Briggs, he's actually moved his way up into the top 4. So he's doing really good tonight as well. Landon Lacey, our pole sitter, he has actually dropped back to 6th position. Anthony Burroughs, again, he's moved down to the 10th position. Zachary Smith is out there with 11 laps on his tires. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not with the drivers having clean tires behind him, but we'll see. The lights are off on the pace car. And we will be going green here in just a second. Pace car is in.
Green flag, green flag.
Zachary got a good run and the green flag is out. He got him a really nice good start. David Wright, he closes up. And Brady Briggs is right on the back of David Wright. And that's got to be my connection for these trucks to be bouncing around like that. And there's nothing I can do about it, ladies and gentlemen. Brady Briggs is doing a really good job in 4th position. See if I can't get it to ease up. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's like he's all over the place. Jordan Gonzalez makes a move on the inside and he just about clears him, and he does. And Jordan Gonzalez is now your new leader. At 38 laps into this race, Jordan Gonzalez is retaking the lead. And hopefully these servers will calm down a little bit. Martin Wenzel's on the move. And he's getting ready to pass James Pandolf on the inside. And I see smoke, and we got a yellow flag. And it's just so hard with these trucks bouncing around like this that I am actually unable to even tell where the yellow flag come in at. We're going to take a quick break, see if I can't fix this a little bit.
Hear that? That's the sound of technological advancement happening with each passing second and making you and all you stand for obsolete. HDR, or High Dynamic Range, is the latest and greatest of those advancements, and in a nutshell, it improves the contrast between light and dark, giving you a more accurate reproduction of colour. The technical definition for HDR panels demands a 4K resolution and a contrast ratio of 1000 nits at peak brightness and just 0.05 nits at black level. In case you're wondering, 1 nit is roughly equivalent to the light one candle gives off. But if you'll forgive us the excellent pun, it's not quite as black and white as all that. In a game like Monolith's Middle-earth Shadow of War, it's the difference between seeing the developer's true vision of Tolkien's land and a diluted version of it. Take Mount Doom, for example, an icon of the geography and a perfect demonstration of the game's dramatic visuals. An HDR-capable gaming PC offers more contrast between the glowing lava and the charred rock. In this fight at Gorgoroth at the base of the mountain, Talion takes down some occupying orcs using Celebrimbor's bright blue wraith magic against a backdrop of billowing chimneys and lava lakes. HDR brings out the details in all these elements, producing brighter blues, making the explosions pop, and retaining the inky blacks of each shadow and dark cloud. It isn't only in extreme contrast situations that the benefits of an HDR gaming rig really shine through though. In this dark and gloomy interior, HDR is better able to articulate small differences in shades of a similar colour. So areas that might once have looked washed out in SDR appear atmospheric and immersive. So if you're wondering why HDR really matters in games, just remember Mount Doom and its lovely lava flow. From now until October 16th, when you buy select GeForce GTX 1080 Ti and GeForce GTX 1080 graphics cards, systems and laptops from a participating retailer, you can also bag a bundled copy of Middle-earth Shadow of War and enjoy the very best PC gaming experience.
And the lights are out on the pace truck, on the pace car, and we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry about all the bouncing around with these trucks. There's just nothing I can do. Hopefully it'll clear up here in just a few minutes. pace car is getting ready to duck in. It is in. Jordan's gone, and the green flag is out. Jordan got him a really good start that time. Followed by Landon Lacey. Landon Lacey's got his truck up there in the top again. Followed by Brady Briggs, David Wright, and Brandon Red. And it looks like it's just like every other truck that's doing it. I don't know what the problem is with it. But Jordan's having a really good race. And hopefully this connection will settle down some. I know it's aggravating for y'all as much as it is for me to see these trucks bounce around like that. It's just like it's just certain trucks that are doing it. We're riding along with Brandon Red right now. And it's 14, but Bradley Freeman is the one that's doing a lot of the bouncing. I just don't understand if it's my connection or if it's theirs. We'll find out at the end of this race when we talk to a couple of drivers. I'm assuming it has got to be on my end. Back up front with Jordan Gonzalez as he appears to be coming up on a lap truck. And that's the 15. Chris James. Landon Lacey's hanging right there with Jordan. Brady Briggs is falling back just a little bit. And as I watch the timing, I'm really not sure. It's the same trucks that are blinking in and out. So I'm really not sure what's going on. Adam Chapman somewhere along the line ended up retiring his truck. We have quite a few trucks that are retired at this moment. And we are now halfway through the race. And we'll go through the halfway with, we've had 5 cautions for 18 laps, 4 lead changes. So we're not doing too bad. With the connections that we have tonight, it is what it is. I don't know if the connections are actually making a play in on these cautions or not, but it's been a pretty good race so far. Anthony Burroughs has worked his way up into the 9th position. And again, like I said, it's just certain vehicles that are doing the dance, and then they'll clear up. I'm going to sit right here for a few minutes and see if Anthony can get by this blinker. And it looks to me like he got clear. And now he's taking a look on the inside of the 81 of Derek Pemberton. And I lost my spectacles. '13th of Kenna Lehman got a little bit of rear end damage. And the whole server burnt that time. 13's got some major damage all the way around. We're back up front with Jordan Gonzalez and Landon Lacey. Brady Briggs is riding right behind them in third position with 2 seconds back. And it looks like Landon's taking a look on the inside of Jordan Gonzalez. They head off down into turn 4. Coming out to the dog leg. Gonzalez is going to pull it off. He leads that lap, but Landon Lacey's not giving it up as they head off down into turn 1. Landon Lacey's got the bottom. Gonzalez has got the high side, and Gonzalez makes it work on the high side. Landon Lacey's not giving it up, and he's doing all he can to get by Jordan. He's going to fall right in behind Jordan this time. Maybe let his tires cool down just a little bit. Brady Briggs has dropped back into the 5th position. Oh, don't do that. Anthony Burrows got a little loose. And that's crazy how these trucks are doing that. But Anthony was able to hang on to it, and he is now in the 5th position. He's taking a look on the inside of Brady Briggs. Brady's not giving it up. And we got a slow truck on the bottom of the track. We remain green. Landon Lacey's fell back a little bit by 1.5. Leaving Jordan Gonzalez up there all by himself to lap these. Put these laps down and get this race going. He's making a good run here this evening, and I know how bad he wants to have a win. It's clear back here in the back, riding around with Tater Bowman. Hell, I said it was. All of a sudden, they're doing it again. Oh! Wife just scared the crap out of me. She does that. She sneaks up on me, ladies and gentlemen. She thinks she's slick. She's beautiful, but she don't think she's slick. Jordan Gonzalez is still up front. David Wright is currently 2nd. Anthony Burrows has made his way up into the 3rd position. And Anthony's doing a really good job. They're trying to get up there and go for his 2nd win of the season. Jordan's still looking for his 1st win of the season. Brady Briggs is hanging on in his top 5. Landon Lacey's dropped all the way back into the 6th position. I don't know if he's burned his tires up or if he's brushed the wall or what. Let me see if it'll stop bouncing around long enough. We'll try to get a look at his truck. His truck looks to be alright, so maybe he's just burnt his tires up. He's 29 laps on his tires. He shouldn't be that bad off. David Wright's currently 2nd. Anthony Burrows is riding back there and behind David. And this is going to be your battle for between 2nd and 3rd. Derek Pemberton's got around Brady Briggs, and he's currently in your 4th position. Anthony is right on the back end of David right now. He's looking to capitalize. See if he can't get up in there and run old Jordan down. And I just cannot deal with watching these trucks bounce like that. Seems like Jordan Gonzalez has got a solid, steady connection. So we'll just ride around with him, watch him do this race. There's not much else I can do. If we get a yellow, I will try to, and we just got the yellow. So let me see if I can find who's falling down. Yep. Seriously. And I am unable to find the yellow for some reason. Anthony Burroughs has made his way into 2nd position. As they come down pit road. Anthony makes a clean stop into his pit. David Wright, he has to back up. Jordan Gonzalez makes a real good stop. Anthony Burroughs looks like he might actually make it out. And I believe we have a new leader of the race with Anthony Burroughs. We'll see how it all settles out here in just a second. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but this is frustrating me. Jordan Gonzalez did make it out behind Anthony Burroughs, so he is currently being shown in your 3rd position. The 14th of Bradley Freeman, he is in your 2nd position, followed by Jordan Gonzalez, David Wright, David Penderman, C.R. Reed, Landon Lacey, Brandon Red, and Brady Briggs, Martin Wenzel, Richard Springer, and John Mullins rounds out your top 10. As we run around and complete lap 70, that leaves us with 30 laps to go. And Anthony Burroughs has found his way up into the lead. And I imagine he's going to want to hang on to it. The lights are out on the pace car, and we will be going green next time. I'm just hoping it'll clear up for these last 30 laps. I know one thing, if we don't get it situated by next Tuesday, we'll have to do something, because I'm not going to broadcast a race that's going to do like this. It's just crappy quality, and we can do better than this. Pace car is in. Anthony Burroughs is gone. 14 got into the wall. He spun his tires, and we are green flag racing. We do stay green, no yellow as of right now. But that cost Jordan some time, as he had to avoid the 14. And Anthony has got him a really good lead. We're going to try to ride around with him. Seems like the car that's out front doesn't seem to jump as bad. So we'll ride around with our leaders. And I'll give you a little bit of heads up. Derek Pemberman's actually moved himself into third position, and he is he's moving in on the back door of Jordan Gonzalez. He's looking to get his first win of the main series. Derek's doing a really good job. And Jordan, he is actually closed up just a little bit on Anthony. And he seems to be closing. He got him a good run right there going off into turn 1. Anthony might want to look in the rear view mirror for a few minutes, because Jordan's coming. We got 4 trucks battling it out for the first, third, second, and fourth position. Jordan's actually taking a look on the high side. And he's not going to be able to do it. Here comes Derek Pemberton. He's on looking, take a look on the inside of Jordan. And I almost want to, I can't cancel it, but it's being frustrated. I know y'all are getting frustrated with the trucks bouncing around. This is one of the worst broadcasts I've made. Jordan is right there on the back of Anthony. He's actually made a move to the high side, taking off down into turn 1, and that leaves the bottom opened up for Landon Lacey. Try to get his nose in there. Everybody gets single file. Jordan now takes a look on the inside of Anthony. And Jordan gets pushed up just a little bit, has to scrub off a little bit of speed. Anthony Burroughs is doing everything he can to keep that truck out front. Jordan Gonzalez is doing everything he can to take it away from him. Landon Lacey's just waiting. It's been a pretty good race. Got 12 laps to go. 22 laps to go, my bad. I'm wanting it to end. Oh, it looked like Anthony Burroughs might have scratched the wall there just a little bit. Seen some sparks come off the back of his truck. No damage. These drivers are doing all they can. They know it's go or go home time. Landon Lacey takes a look on the inside of Jordan. Jordan pushes up the track. Gets that nice run on the high side. Ducks back in behind Anthony. We got lap traffic coming up as well. These drivers want to get by it clean. They cleared the 3. Looks like all 4 of them cleared the 3 truck. Bruce Pearson. Jordan is now taking another look on the inside of Anthony. I'm afraid Jordan's going to burn his tires up if he keeps doing that. Anthony's doing nothing but riding, I'm sure. And it's a good battle up front. And Derek looks like he's just sitting back there and hoping nothing happens. And Landon Lacey is all over the back of Jordan Gonzalez. He ducks up underneath him going into turn 1. Backs out just a little bit. See if he can't get that run coming off. And nope, he was unable to do it. He ducks right back in behind Jordan. Jordan goes on the inside of Anthony. And he may actually have him this time. Oh, don't push up, Jordan. Oh, Jordan scrubs off a lot of speed there. Jordan was credited for that lap. And it looks like Jordan actually, ooh. They are still battling it out. I just thought they were going to wreck right there. Jordan was all over Anthony's door panel. And we do have a yellow. And there's no telling, with the way the server's doing, I'm unable to bring you the yellow. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back we'll have the finish of this race. After these pit stops, we're going to take a look and see how Anthony does on his pit stop. Anthony gets in clean. And Anthony is away. Jordan Gonzalez is away. And it looks like Jordan's going to beat Anthony off pit road. And he does. So we'll come back right after these messages.
Hear that? That's the sound of technological advancement happening with each passing second and making you and all you stand for obsolete. HDR, or High Dynamic Range, is the latest and greatest of those advancements, and in a nutshell, it improves the contrast between light and dark, giving you a more accurate reproduction of colour. The technical definition for HDR panels demands a 4K resolution and a contrast ratio of 1000 nits at peak brightness and just 0.05 nits at black level. In case you're wondering, 1 nit is roughly equivalent to the light one candle gives off. But if you'll forgive us the excellent pun, it's not quite as black and white. In a game like Monolith's Middle-earth Shadow of War, it's the difference between seeing the developer's true vision of Tolkien's land and a diluted version of it. Take Mount Doom, for example, an icon of the geography and a perfect demonstration of the game's dramatic visuals. An HDR-capable gaming PC offers more contrast between the glowing lava and the charred rock. In this fight at Gorgoroth at the base of the mountain, Talion takes down some occupying orcs using Celebrimbor's bright blue wraith magic against a backdrop of billowing chimneys and lava lakes. HDR brings out the details in all these elements, producing brighter blues, making the explosions pop, and retaining the inky blacks of each shadow and dark cloud. It isn't only in extreme contrast situations that the benefits of an HDR gaming rig really shine through though. In this dark and gloomy interior, HDR is better able to articulate small differences in shades of a similar colour. So areas that might once have looked washed out in SDR appear atmospheric and immersive. So if you're wondering why HDR really matters in games, just remember Mount Doom and its lovely lava flow. From now until October 16th, when you buy select GeForce GTX 1080 Ti and GeForce GTX 1080 graphics cards, systems and laptops from a participating retailer, you can also bag a bundled copy of Middle-earth Shadow of War and enjoy the very best PC gaming experience.
We're back and the lights are out on the pace car and we are set to go green. We're going to have about 13 laps to go when we go back green. Oh, excuse me. Looks like Jordan is going to elect to take the outside. Gives Anthony the inside. Pace car should be in, and Jordan gets him a good run. And we are green flag racing once again. Anthony's being pushed by the 24 of Landon Lacey. And it looks like our top 5 will be Jordan Gonzalez, Anthony Burrows, Landon Lacey, Derek Pemberton, and David Wright. Derek is taking a look up underneath Landon Lacey. And he gets a little squirrely there. And he's not giving up. He is still on the bottom side of Landon Lacey. Anthony's doing everything he can. Landon Lacey was able to hang on to his position. We got 11 laps to go. Jordan is doing a fine job at keeping that truck out front. I imagine he's doing a little bit of mirror driving right now. But what he needs to do is concentrate on running his line. When you start looking in the mirror and you see that red Emmett McDonald's truck in your mirror, you tend to overdrive your vehicle. Jordan just needs to hold his line, run his race, and he'll come out a winner. Now, of course, Landon Lacey, he's getting ready to take a look on the inside of Anthony Burrows. was not able to make that pass. I hate to say it, but I'm pulling for old Jordan to pull this off. But anything can happen here with 8 laps to go. Anthony looked like he was doing a little sliding there. He's got a heck of a run. He's up underneath Jordan. Anthony, looks like he's just about to clear Jordan. Jordan's fighting back with everything he's got on the high side and was not able to make that pass. Landon Lacey is now taking a look on the inside of Anthony Burroughs. As long as these two trucks back here continue to fight with each other, that gives Jordan a little bit of breathing room. Landon Lacey is still up underneath Anthony. His door, oh, Landon got a little loose coming on the apron right there. And that definitely gives a little bit of breathing room to Jordan. And we have a yellow. I'm sure that is one thing that Jordan Gonzalez did not want to see. And I am still trying to find it. And that happened up front. Maybe this will give us an idea of where it was at. Yep, and it looked to me like the 93 of Daniel Chumley got into the Daniel Hallis there and brought out that yellow. Will Jordan just hang on for 3 laps as we go get ready to go back? I believe we'll have about 3 laps left when we go back green. If Jordan can hold off Landon Lacey and Anthony Burroughs, he'll pull off a win. Anthony Burroughs has done a really good job of getting his truck up there from the 16th position. And Landon's really making the back end of that truck loose. All we got to do is survive another 4 laps, Jordan, and you'll pull off a nice victory. Of course, Landon Lacey and Anthony Burroughs are going to have something to say about that one. So just hold on tight. This has definitely been a pretty good race here tonight. We've had 8 cautions for 27 laps, 8 lead changes. So yeah, it's been a really good race. the light should be going out this time by. And the lights are out, so we'll go green next time by, and that'll give us a green, white, and checker. Jordan Gonzalez elects to take the outside for the restart, giving Landon Lacey the inside. And Anthony Burrows is on the inside with Derek Pemberton on the outside. Brady Briggs rounds out your top 5, and he is still looking for a win. He's been really consistent in these last races. He stays up in the top 5. Landon Lacey, he is rubbing the back of them tires off. He's trying to get some goody good on them things, heating them up really nice. I'd be afraid if I did something like that. I'd spin the truck around. Get them tires nice and warm for this restart. Pace car is in.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. We have 3 to go, and Landon Lacey got him a really good run on the inside of Jordan. And he is not giving up. He is looking to battle out this race for the win. Oh, and they're door handle to door handle. Jordan's holding him down there. Kind of made him scrub off some speed. Oh, and the net code or contact 1, Jordan Gonzalez was not able to make it through that, and caution is out once again. And that's unfortunate for Jordan Gonzalez. Landon Lacey will end up being your winner as the white flag flies. And Anthony Burrows will come home second. We'll give them a chance to do their burnouts and everything. I'd like to thank everyone from DRL for coming out and putting on a really good race. Just unfortunate with the build that we had. It's affected the server so bad. Wish the race could have been a little bit better as far as the broadcasting is concerned, but all in all, it was really not a bad race. I mean, we did have 9 cautions, so I mean, it's still not that bad. Landon Lacey comes across, and he is your winner. Way to go, Landon. And we're going to see if we can't get some interviews in. First of all, let me see if I can't find Landon Lacey. Where is Landon Lacey? Hey, Landon, got a copy? Let him do his burnouts real quick. He's really tearing it down, ain't he? Unofficial results is Landon Lacey first, Anthony Burrows second, Brady Briggs 3rd, David Wright 4th, Brandon Red 5th, James Pandolph 6th, John Mullen 7th, Tater Bowman 8th, Zachary Smith 9th, Mark Vega 10th, Richard Springer 11th, Robert Laredo 12th, and Jordan Gonzalez, he ended up finishing 13th. Hey Landon, you got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now, brother. Well, that was one heck of a race.
Yeah, didn't go the way I wanted it to. That's not how I want to win races at all. 9 had the truck of the night. I felt like I was a close second with him, and I knew he was going to go with the drop of the pace car because that's the way he'd been restarting all night long. But that's totally not how I wanted that race to go.
Just for some information, did you see a lot of warping out there with trucks?
Yeah, but I don't think it had to do with anybody's connection. I think it was a lot to do with iRacing had their big update today, which leads to a lot of people ending up playing online. So I think it just kind of tampers with a lot of people's connections.
Well, the reason I was asking is because it was really jumping real bad up here in the booth, so I didn't know if it was on my end or if it was the servers.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, I think it just had to do a lot with everybody playing today since that update just came out.
Well, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Heck yeah. Of course, shout out to Overtake Motorsports. Very big team for me. I love those guys. They help me out each and every week. Shout out to Double L's Computers. And the guys at DRL, they always put on a good race every week. So thanks to those guys. And like I said, I hate to win this way, but I guess a win's a win.
Well, yes, sir, it is, and I take them any way I can get them. Well, you have a good night, brother. I'm going to see if I can't get a hold of Anthony.
All right, bud. Thank you.
As we look around for Anthony, don't know. Yeah, he hung around. So let's see if we can't get him down here. Slowly but surely we'll get him. Hey Anthony, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you got another 2.
Yep. That race is a ton of fun. I love coming to Charlotte. It sucks that it ended that way between Jordan and Landon, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good race overall.
Yo, well, you started 16th, you finished 2nd, so you got a win last week and a 2nd this week, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, it feels good. Start the season out that way. I wasn't expecting to come out and finish top 2 in both of them, so that's pretty cool. It's yeah, awesome way to start the year.
Well, you're currently the champion in the point standings, and I don't imagine that's going to change with a different winner here with Landon Lacey. I believe this is his first race, so good luck on the championship.
Yeah, thank you.
You got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to everyone I raced in there for racing clean. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to you for putting on the broadcast. Shout out to James and all them putting on this league.
That's a big 10-4. We're gonna let you get up and do you some celebration. It's getting late. It's 11:30. Maybe jump in and get you a quick rally race in or something.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Have a good evening.
Thanks, you too.
All right, Brady Briggs, if he's around. And there he is. Hey, Brady, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, David. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the top 3 for you. You're doing really good at being consistent.
Yeah, I got another third there. Didn't think I was going to pull it off. Just want to say sorry to Derek Pepperman there. Once Jordan got spinning, I think I got in the back of him a little bit there. But it's racing, I guess, so I hope he understands.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Jordan, I hope he understands too. It looked to me like it was a little bit of net code, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely with this new update, I think today it's been a challenge for a lot of people to get kind of used to this.
Yeah, right. Well, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to all the guys that make this league possible. You for broadcasting. Give a shout out to my parents for watching, my fiance. So yeah, should be looking forward to next week and see if I can finally bring home that first place.
Well, you keep digging, you keep closer and closer to it. So we'll look forward to you getting one up here.
Hey, 10-4. Thanks, David.
Yes, sir, Brady. You have a good night, man.
You too, bud.
All right, I'm gonna bring in David Wright. I'd like to give everybody at least an opportunity to speak, but then again, it looks to me like everybody's jumped out. So there he is. We'll grab David, and then I got to do a little league stuff, but hey, David, got a copy? David, you got a copy? Maybe he might have had to go to the restroom or something. Anyway, we had a pretty good race here tonight at DRL Winter Series Charlotte event. As you can tell, it was a little bit messy with the build, but your winner is Landon Lacey in the 24 truck. He did a really nice job at pulling it off. Just some mishaps there in the last lap with Jordan Gonzalez. I really thought Jordan was going to pull it out, but it is what it is, and I know we didn't want to win that way, but a win's a win. So come back next Tuesday as we broadcast the A main at 7:30, and we'll be back here at 9:30 again for the main event. I need to do a little bit more and be known as to what track's up next, but anyway, it is what it is. With the build that come out, like I said, it was kind of messy, but we had a really good race anyway. I want to thank all the drivers for coming out, and I want to thank DRL for allowing me to broadcast these races. I'm going to have to thank my sponsors, Oculus Rift, and I got to thank NVIDIA. They sponsor our network here, so it's shout out to them for providing me with the tools to do this with. This is David Wellborn, and I am signing off. Good night, and God bless.